Deep within the bustling heart of the forest lived a colony of ants. They were known for their hard work and dedication. Every day, these ants would march in neat lines, carrying crumbs and leaves many times their size. They believed in working hard and staying busy.
But there was one ant named Bob who was different. Unlike his peers, Bob wasn't a fan of hard work. He preferred to laze under the shade of a mushroom or take naps inside sunflower heads. Bob loved to watch the world go by, dreaming up new ideas and inventions.
Bob, why aren't you working? Winter is coming, and we need to store enough food.
Don't worry, my little friends, I'm working on something big, something innovative.
His laid-back attitude, however, didn't sit well with the other ants who saw him as lazy and unproductive. They would shake their heads and scurry away, muttering about Bob's laziness. You see, Bob wasn't just lazy, he was a thinker. While the other ants were busy following orders, Bob was observing, analyzing, and inventing. He believed there was always an easier, more efficient way to do things.
So I appointed myself Chief Innovation Officer of the colony.
His office, as he liked to call it, was a spacious acorn shell he'd found. Here, he would spend his days sketching out inventions on leaves, using berry juice as ink. He came up with ideas for tiny wheelbarrows to carry more food, pulley systems to lift heavy objects, and even a giant magnifying glass to harness the sun's energy for cooking.
They mocked his inventions, calling them silly and impractical. They couldn't understand how his lazy ways could ever benefit the colony. They believed in good, old-fashioned hard work, and that was that.
Though disheartened, I never gave up on my ideas. I knew that one day I would prove them wrong.
As summer began to fade, the ants worked harder than ever, gathering food for the long winter ahead. They followed their strict routines, carrying every crumb and seed they could find back to their nest. They were confident in their age-old methods, believing that their hard work would see them through. But one day, disaster struck. A heavy downpour flooded the ant colony, washing away their entire stockpile of food. Panic spread through the colony like wildfire.
The winter was just around the corner, and we had nothing to eat.
We scurried around in confusion, our antennae drooping with despair. Our usual hard work and dedication seemed useless in the face of this crisis. We had never faced such a dire situation before. We were lost, hopeless, and on the verge of starvation.
Amidst the chaos, Bob remained calm. He knew this was his time to shine. He remembered a time during his explorations when he stumbled upon an abandoned burrow. It was filled with delicious, dried seeds left behind by a forgetful squirrel. "Follow me," Bob announced, his voice surprisingly authoritative. He led the distraught colony, using his memory and keen sense of smell to navigate. The ants, despite their skepticism, were desperate and had no other choice but to follow him. "Follow me!"
To everyone's surprise, Bob led them straight to the abandoned burrow. It was exactly as he remembered, overflowing with food.
The colony was ecstatic. They cheered for Bob, their little ant hearts filled with gratitude. They realized that Bob's laziness had, in fact, saved them. Bob, the once ridiculed and underestimated ant, became a hero. He had proven that there's more than one way to solve a problem.
His story became a legend, a reminder that sometimes the laziest seeming individuals can surprise you with their ingenuity.
From that day on, the ants learned a valuable lesson. They learned that while hard work is important, it's equally important to be open to new ideas and different ways of thinking.
They learned that innovation can come from the most unexpected places, even from a lazy ant like Bob.
And so, the ant colony thrived, embracing both hard work and innovation. They learned that the key to success lay in finding a balance between the two, just like their unlikely hero, Bob the lazy innovator. Please share this story and subscribe.